So last week we talked about a number of hairstyle recommendations that any barber should be able to pull off, even if they're not the most talented of stylists. So if you did miss that, I'll have it linked up here and also down below. So when you finish this, you can go and check that out. But what if you're already dealing with a messed up haircut? You went in for a fresh fade and you came out looking like Dr. Phil's twin. I'm just saying it can happen to the best of us, and even though there is no miracle fix, there are a number of things that you can do to at least help lessen the pain. The first thing I want you to do, if you feel like you've gotten a bad haircut, is take a look again. Is it really a messed up haircut, or is it a haircut that is not what you went in and asked for? They gave you something different, or it didn't live up to the expectations you had, but it still looks okay. I've been there before a number of years ago, back when I lived in Manchester. I was in the process of growing my hair out. It was like some of the longest hair my hair has ever been. You can see right here, kind of horror movie vibes. Then I went in for a trim at a random place. They haven't been featured on the channel before. And I said, listen, I'm trying to grow my hair out. I just want a little trim. Just make me look a little fresher. Nothing crazy, just line me up, make me look a little bit better. And then, well, this is what I came out with. It was a huge mix up in terms of what I was expecting versus what I got. And although, yeah, I mean, I was kind of pissed that they did me like this. It's not what I wanted, but the hairstyle, it still looked good. And by the way, those photos were from my Instagram from a while ago. I keep that feed updated. If you're not following along at BluMaan, definitely check it out for some more hair inspiration, outfit inspiration, and just other stuff I got going on in my life. The point is, if you're in the same boat, you take a second look and you realize it's not that bad, even though it's not what I wanted. It might just be something you have to deal with for a little while, so just learn how to make it work for you. But if your hair is really messed up, well, my condolences. The good news is most messed up haircuts start to look much better about 3 weeks after you got that haircut. Most of us never really think about how long it takes for a cut to grow out because we're happy with what we have. In fact, we don't want it to grow out too quick. But if what you're dealing with is a problem, you'll be surprised by how quickly it actually fixes itself, or at least starts to look less bad. I mean, for reference, this was my hair just 2 months ago. I took it to the shortest I ever have to try something different. And I mean, just look at it now, like 2 months later, big changes. And this is with an in-between haircut as well. I went in for a minor touch up on the sides that has now grown out as well. So my point is, from that to this, 2 months, it's not a long time if you think about it. So if you are looking for a quick fix during those 3 weeks while it's gonna look its worst, it's time to start rocking a hat. This stuff covers all the mistakes. I've been loving hats on days when I just can't be bothered to style my hair, okay? Like, we've all been there, especially the longer it takes, the less you want to do it. You want to save it for that special time or that special occasion. Hat, in the meantime, it works great. And if you think about it, it's kind of for the same reason. Bad hair day, rock a hat. Bad haircut, rock a hat. And for any of you wondering, this is one of my favorite hats that I've ever gotten. It's from a company called Melon. You may have seen them advertising on Instagram. Quality stuff. If you want a hat like this, I'll leave it in the description down below. Now I gotta fix my hair for the next segment. Stuff I do for you guys. The next thing that you can do is try to add as much texture and messiness as possible through the use of product. A bad haircut is mostly noticeable when the technicality of what went wrong is clearly visible. By using products to try and hide the flaws or disguise it, or even distract away from the mistakes and highlighting somewhere else it's been styled, there's a good chance you'll be able to pull off at least a less looking bad haircut in the meantime. It's all about manipulating your hair and what you've got left with product to disguise the issues or distract away from the problems that happen during the haircut. And you definitely want to lean into products that add more texture kind of as their main purpose, such as Cavalier Clay, beautiful, or Monarch Matte Paste, beautiful. Cavalier Clay if you're dealing with hair on the thicker side, Monarch Matte Paste if your hair is finer to normal. We've got options, both provide really good texture. And you know where you can find those? Cavalier Clay and Monarch Matte Paste, right here in the middle, BluMaan.com. It's a beautiful website, you should check it out. Now, if your barber messed up your hairline, I feel for you. Mistakes at the hairline are some of the most noticeable and the hardest to hide, except if you do one thing, you pretty much have one option. It's time to start rocking more fringe-like hairstyles for a while, covering up the issues until it returns back to normal. Like I said in my last video, try to keep stylists away from your hairline unless it's something that you personally want, but if it's too late, covering up the problem with a more fringe-like look will hold you over in the meantime. And hey, who knows? Maybe you'll even like the fringe look. Maybe this is a sign. You've been needing to switch to the fringe look. Here's a sign, and now you look great. And now you're like, wow, so glad I have a messed up hairline. You see, it's all about looking at the glass half full. And finally, if extreme measures have been called for, like you look extremely messed up, like you can't even look at yourself in the mirror. You go like, you're like, whoa, who is that guy? It might be time for a buzz cut. Again, even if you don't end up liking the buzz cut, at least you've returned to home base, and it will grow out so much faster than you think. Even within the month, you'll be able to fade the sides up again and go for a more crew cut, which looks awesome, by the way, and something I think more guys should be trying out. Some of these shorter hairstyles, but with a good fade. Granted, you gotta go to a good barber this time to get that good fade, but if you gotta pick between two evils, really bad hairstyle or a buzz cut is so much more of an obvious answer because buzz cuts are cool and they will grow out quickly even if you don't end up loving the buzz cut. Guys, these are some of your options. Pretty short one today, but packed with super good information as always. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you're new around these parts of town, and I'll see everybody next time. BluMaan.com is the place to be. Good products over there. Cavalier, Monarch, and a slew of others. See you next time.